And time's up, ladies. I don't like to be kept waiting. So Valkyrie, get out here. I want my answer right now.
Val. Comments about Valkyrie not only are inaccurate, but they were irrelevant. What, we're on a losing streak? We're not like you guys. Valkyrie needs California like we need a bullet to the head. We need California like we need an Evilise. What we're trying to say is, thanks but no thanks, ladies. But if you need a lesson in class, hit us up later. We'll give you a discount.
Clearly, your teammates didn't agree with you because I've been having lengthy conversations with Taylor and April, and sorry, honey, but the deal has been signed. Valkyrie and California are at last one cohesive unit. I present to you Valkyrie.
Oh, come on! Allison Kay still distraught. The opportunity she waited 3 years for slipping through her fingers here tonight. Oh, discus lariat on Jamie Jamison. I don't think everybody's agreeing with this deal. Andrea down. SoCal Val shoved to the outside.
What are you doing? We all agree.
And there are words here between Valkyrie. Oh! Stunner on April Hunter! Pinkies up! April Hunter down!
It's been a while, but we are back with a Shine recap. And in fact, Shine 29 wrapping up. You can hear the noise here. In fact, the Orpheum tonight, I'm not exaggerating, probably the most lively I've seen the Orpheum maybe ever. You may recognize her from the Evolve recap or two. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kid Cadet.
Thank you so much, Trevin. Now, tonight, like you said, was absolutely insane from top to bottom. But, you know, one of the biggest things that happened here tonight was probably the proposed merger between Valkyrie and California. And actually, I had the chance to catch up with April Hunter. So let's go check that out. I'm joined now by April Hunter and Taylor Made.
I was just a little thrown, honestly. You know, Valkyrie has always been a team. And united we stand, divided we fall. And Allison just went ahead and decided for herself that she was going to take a chink out of our armor, thus making us a little bit weaker, which we don't appreciate, quite honestly. We have always worked for the team, and I have personally worked my ass off with all these girls to keep us together, keep egos in check, Allison, for those who have them. And I can tell you that we're a little bit upset. This was strictly a business decision to go with Valkyrie instead of Valkyrie. Yes? Right? It wasn't personal.
One thing that you need to realize, Allison, it's not always about you. Think about the bigger picture. It's not just you in a tag team. It was yourself and I.
That's right.
And our faithful manager, April Hunter.
Realistically, you guys should have had the tag team titles first.
I completely agree with her. But you need to realize this is not just about you. It was a business decision. It's a democracy. It can't just be every decision that you make. You're not in charge of everything. It's something that we made as a choice as a whole, and unfortunately, you fell through. So decisions were made with or without you.
One way or another, we will prevail. Everybody knows how something that looks this good will keep hurting that bad.
Couldn't set it better
Pinkies
myself.
up. Pinkies up. Pinkies up, bitches.
All right.
Seems pretty personal, if you will, when it comes to April Hunter and especially Taylor Made. But then Cadet caught up with SoCal Val. You want to talk about a you-know-what, eat and grin? Let's take a look.
I'm joined now by the one and only SoCal Val.
Wow, Rob Naylor, you look really different with different hair. You look really different. I'm going to go ahead and do your job because clearly you can't do it yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. First of all, I don't do interviews alone. I need backup. You never know what's going to happen here in Shine Wrestling. So ladies and gentlemen, the beauty and brawn of Andrea. Don't be afraid. She only destroys when I point. So you better hope that I don't point at you. Okay, yeah. See you, Skittles. Ladies and gentlemen, it was another successful night for California. But now we have a new name, a new look, and a brand new attitude. Valkyrie and California are one. And as we predicted, Valkyrie decided to up their game business-wise. You know, they were doing okay on their own, not so great, but they had a choice. They could be mediocre and go on, you know, kind of getting by, or they could do what we call a hashtag upgrade and join California to become one cohesive unit that we're calling Valkyrie. And obviously, Allison, she tried, didn't she? She did. She tried to thwart our plan. She thought that she actually had a say. It's so cute when she thinks she has an opinion that matters. She tried to thwart our plan unsuccessfully at that. And as April and Taylor said, it's obviously not, it wasn't her night. It's not been her year. The poor girl, I mean, my God, what decision-making process went through her head where she decided that she would do better without Valkyrie? A decision she'll regret for many, many years to come. So I'm excited because by the next Shine Wrestling, we're going to be, we'll have meetings, we'll have all sorts of new strategies that we'll never share with Shine Wrestling fans, by the way. We're going to be this cohesive unit, this steam engine, you know, this dominant force in Shine Wrestling known as Valkyrie. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. It's going to be a wild ride. But, of course, this is also greetings from California and presented to you from the new stable in Shine Wrestling that's taking over, Valkyrie. You're welcome.
The last time you and I were in this ring, if you remember correctly, we went to war. That was one of the most hard-hitting matches I've ever been in. In fact, you are one of the toughest opponents that I've ever been in the ring with. As far as I'm concerned, Vanessa, because I feel like everybody here wants to see this, and I think everybody watching at home would love to see a rematch between Vanessa, the Mountain Craven, versus Jessica Havoc, the Havoc Death Machine 2.
Yeah!
What do you say, Vanessa? The fans on Twitter and Facebook might have been saying that it was match of the night. And it probably was. We did go to war, you're right. But as far as I'm concerned, I took care of you last show. So, as far as your rematch idea now, we're gonna have to pass.
Vanessa Craven basically telling Jessica Havoc, I've got nothing left to prove against you.
Cannot believe that.
Oh, she's nothing but a hussy. A lot of hussies up in this beat.
Oh no!
Oh, bye-bye Athena.
And just look at that imagery. Having just laid waste to Athena. She's trying to keep her composure.
To an medical facility on well, Vanessa Craven may be done with Jessica Havoc, but it certainly doesn't look like Jessica Havoc is done with Vanessa Craven.
So definitely one of the most anticipated matches coming into Shine 29 tonight was the return, the exciting return of Lufisto and Jessica Havoc. I mean, these two ladies tore it down. You were probably a little nervous next door there.
Maybe I was.
Yeah, maybe I would have been too. And then, of course, we had Vanessa Craven in action, and a very victorious Vanessa Craven, who was then, well, asked point blank by Jessica Havoc, let's bring it. Well, you got to catch up with Vanessa Craven. What was that like?
You could probably tell from this interview that we did, so check it out. I'm joined now by Vanessa Craven. Now tonight after your win, Jessica Havoc came out and challenged you to another match. How do you feel about that?
The way I feel about that is pretty much how I handled it in the ring. She wants another match. I don't need to have another match with her. I beat her in the middle of the ring. I feel comfortable. She needs to prove something to me now, apparently. So, as far as I'm concerned, there's a new measuring stick in Shine.
The champ's taking it to the streets.
Just snatched that leg, sent her down the mat, and now, what an offensive flurry, driving AK-47 into the post.
Headbutt. And that one rocked the challenger, and for the first time in this matchup, the champion has seized command and has got the challenger in trouble here.
So I've personally had the opportunity to follow the career in Shine, the World Wrestling Network, Full Impact Pro, even Evolve of Santana. And I got to tell you, tonight, her match with Allison Kay, without a doubt, was the match, the defining match, showing that she not only should be the Shine champion, but she's probably one of the best in all of wrestling. However, Allison Kay, in my opinion, was phenomenal in that match. You had an opportunity to catch up with Allison Kay. Let's get to it.
I'm joined now with Allison Kay. Easily the #1 match of the night tonight. You were the #1 contender for the Shine Championship belt against Santana. The match was absolutely insane. The crowd in here...
Just don't. I can't even right now. I can't even. This match against Santana, I've been waiting for it for 3 years. 3 years since Shine started. I've been waiting for this match, this opportunity. Opportunities aren't given. They're created and then seized, and this was my moment to seize this opportunity, and it slipped through my fingers. This match, this wasn't match of the night. This wasn't a great match. I lost what I've been working toward for the last 3 years. And then not only did I lose the match of my career, but my so-called friends, Valkyrie, joined California, and now they're the new Valkyrie. They didn't even change the name. They couldn't even be creative enough to do that. You were supposed to have my back. You're supposed to worry about me. And you trust Val. You trust that little sniveling, you trust that over me. After all these years. That's alright. Because I don't need you. I needed you then. I did. I admit that. And we were a good team. And we were a good unit. And you blew it. You want Val? You got Val. You want California and Andrea and whoever else is in that stupid stable that's been losing for the last year? Good choice. Real good choice, Valkyrie. You want class? I'll show you class. You lost the best thing you ever had. Pinkies up.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this Shine 29 recap, and we'll see you guys right here in Ybor City at the Orpheum on October 2nd for Shine 30. Make sure to check us out on WWNlive.com. For Trevin Adams, I'm Kid Cadet.